Memorial Day weekend did look a lot like holidays before the pandemic, but health officials warn it's still too soon to totally celebrate. Johns Hopkins University says COVID cases in the U.S. have dropped 53% over the past month, but case numbers are still high among those who are not vaccinated. Cases are also still growing globally as scientists discover those new variants. Let's get right to NBC News Now correspondent Dasha Burns with the latest pandemic headlines. So, Dasha, we're now hearing concerns from Dr. Anthony Fauci. What is he saying about the state of the virus here in the U.S.?
Hey, Joe, good morning. Well, like you mentioned, cases are growing globally, which is important to consider. In fact, already in 2021, there have been more global cases of COVID-19 than in all of 2020, according to data from Johns Hopkins. And so Dr. Anthony Fauci told The Guardian that we don't want to declare a premature victory, saying we still have a ways to go. But the more and more people that can get vaccinated as a community, the community will be safer and safer. He also said that as long as there's still some degree of activity worldwide, there's still that concern about emerging variants. And the U.S. has also been under some pressure to do more in that global effort to vaccinate folks, recently pledging 80 billion vaccines in addition, or 80 million vaccines rather, in addition to $4 billion for COVAX, which is the global vaccine sharing program.
Yeah, speaking of the global effort, the European Commission is now calling for the easing of travel restrictions for vaccinated people. What would that look like?
Well, it could look a little bit more like normal. The European Commission proposed that people who have been vaccinated should be exempt from testing and quarantine restrictions when traveling from one EU country to another. The proposal also suggests that people who have recovered from COVID-19 should be exempt for 180 days, and kids who aren't yet eligible to be vaccinated should be exempt when traveling with an adult who's exempt. They should just instead be tested, Joe.
And Dasha, a return to normal also means more concerts, any concerts. It's something we're starting to see in some places in the U.S., but in France, scientists are actually testing out how crowded live events would work in a pandemic world. What exactly are they doing?
Yeah, an interesting experiment there, Joe. In Paris over the weekend, there was a so-called test concert to experiment with how much France could really go back to normal. Attendees did have to wear masks, and they had to show proof of a negative COVID-19 test. But as you can see there, they did not have to socially distance. About 5,000 people were allowed to actually go to the concert. But get this, 2,500 people, volunteers, stayed home as a control group to see and compare how much COVID-19 spread in that group versus the concert goers. Those poor folks at home really fallen on their sword there, Joe.
Yeah, no kidding. Still, for those who went, a fun test, that's the type of test that I wouldn't have mind taking.
Exactly right.
Younger. All right, Dasha, thanks so much.
Hey, NBC News viewers, thanks for checking out our YouTube channel. Subscribe by clicking on that button down here and click on any of the videos over here to watch the latest interviews, show highlights, and digital exclusives. Thanks for watching.